What's up, Black people? Welcome to Yemima's World, the Jelly Moose's Cafe. I'm your host, Yemima, and I am Black at it again for another quick episode. And tonight I just want to touch on something that's been in the news for the last couple of weeks. An 18-year-old Black woman named Sade Robinson was unalived by a lice lieutenant by the name of Maxwell Anderson something. I don't even know what his name is. He's not even important. But I just want to talk about this real quick because this could be just a conspiracy theory. I don't know. But the way I'm looking at it, it looks to me like it may have been an initiation ritual. And I say that because he met her online. Apparently, he was not interested in Black women because he murdered her on their first date. He set her car on fire and then he dismembered her. And I think they went out on their date on April 1st. And April 2nd, she didn't show up for work. And her family and friends were concerned. And so they filed a missing persons report. And I think by April 4th, somebody was walking on the beach at Lake Michigan, and her body parts, I think an arm and a leg, washed ashore. And it was discovered that they did belong to her. So this lice lieutenant took her out on a date to some restaurant that he was familiar with. And then they left the restaurant together. And afterwards, that's when he proceeded with this ritual. Now, for those of you that don't know, back in the day when the Klansmen were alive and well, and they're still alive and well today, but when they first started the Klansman organization, in order to become a Klansman, you had to do initiation rituals. They had to make sure that they could trust you. And sometimes the rituals were where you had to do some damage to Black people. You would either have to bomb somebody's house, bomb their church. You may have had to grape a woman or unalive the person. And I truly believe that her death was an initiation ritual for that man to become part of a white terrorist group. I refuse to call them a white supremacist group because there's nothing supreme about them. But I do believe that his was to be initiated into a terrorist group, a white terrorist group. It's been happening too much lately. A few months ago or a few years ago, there was a Black woman who went to a party with her coworkers, and they were all white. She was the only Black woman at the event. And the next morning, her body was found in the front yard, dead. And none of those white people did any time. I don't know, some story about her drinking and falling off of the porch, the high porch. And I don't know how, I can't remember what exactly happened or what they said happened. I do know none of them did any time. None of them ever went to jail for it. So I believe also that was an initiation ritual. And we're going to see more. And so I caution Black people, please be careful of who you call your friend. Now, I'm not saying that this would not have ever happened if it had been Black people, because we know every ethnicity, every culture, every race, every gender have their people who do nefarious things. But it is only a certain demographic of people that do ritual killings like this. They've been doing them since they brought us here. You have the ritual killings of where they would lynch us. And it's still happening. It's modern day lynching. And so I titled this episode Ida B Wails. And these modern day lynchings is what's causing our Queen Mother Ida B Wails to wail. And again, we have to be extremely, extremely careful. Don't go places without a group of people that look like you. And I'm dead ass serious when I say that. If you have a group of white friends that you hang out with at work and they say, hey, you want to hang out with us this weekend? No, you don't. You do not. And black women, for the love of God, stop dating these white dudes. If you don't know them, or if you don't have a friend who knows this person, because these ritual killings will keep happening. They are determined that they are going to take us out by hook or crook. We already know that the patty rollers have their in-house gangs, and they have rituals that they have to perform. I've heard, and I don't know how true it is, but more than likely, I'm 99% sure that it's probably true, where you have gang inside the department of those that were supposed to be to protect and serve, where, you know how we used to always say that, or people would say that patty rollers, and if you know what patty rollers are, they're, again, people to protect and serve. They called them patty rollers back in the day, and I still call them patty rollers. Remember we used to say that they had a quota that they had to meet of how many tickets that they give out each month. And that's why you would see more of them at the end of the month, because we knew they were trying to meet their quota. Some departments have gangs within the department, and their quota is how many black people will you arrest? And some may go so far as to say, how many black people will you unalive? And sometimes they might put money in the pot. And the person who exceeds their quota gets the money at the end of the month. Y'all better be careful out there. I'm so serious when I say, don't trust people that you don't know. Stop going out on these dates with people that you have met online. Beautiful, beautiful 18-year-old, melanated, beautiful black woman. And she was unalived and dismembered by this lice lieutenant, who more than likely was performing a ritual so that he can get initiated into one of these terrorist groups. Y'all be careful. I'll be black in the future, and we'll go with another episode. Until then, y'all be careful. Stay black. Peace.